is right. Greed works.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 36 of Let's Play Wall Street Raider. I'm RakeM, your host. Today we're going to continue where we left off in dealing with our stocks. Pretty much the entire last episode we dealt with bankruptcies, and we had a number of stocks that were ready to sell had hit their target prices because the index was up and the announcement that the interest rate had come down, so all the stock prices rallied. And I have updated my spreadsheet to indicate what is new with all of our stocks. So for instance, all these ones with an X, we made some kind of change in the last episode. So for instance, Dallas, we sold off, or Delta Airlines, we sold off United Continental and we replaced it with Delta Airlines. IMC was a replacement for another one, etc., etc. So in going back through and watching the episode, I noticed that I missed some swaps that need to be canceled, which seems to be a recurring theme. I seem to find usually 5 or 6 every episode that need to be canceled. And we still have a lot of stocks in these that are highlighted in pink here that are approaching their sell point. But I didn't actually go through in between the episodes to verify which ones were and which ones weren't ready to sell. So we're just going to have to discover them as we play today. But the primary thing that I want to do starting off is I want to speculate in the stock index futures again. That worked very well for us last time, and I want to try it again. It's been on its way down, and the GDP has grown from 1.5 to 3.4 over the last month. And so that usually happens right before we get an easing rate. So I want to do that right away. And then as soon as we finish that, we will go ahead and sell off our holdings of silver because the price has gotten up to 18, which was our sell point. Now, if it starts to drop, we may interrupt what we're doing with the index futures and go and sell it real quick. But otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10 to 15 transactions at each one of the insurance companies, and then I will do the same, and I'll have my 2 holding companies, Citigroup and Berkshire Hathaway, do futures as well in the stock index. Alright, so whenever we get done with that, we probably need to update this list again because we've sold a bunch of stuff that's on here. So Pfizer's gone, JCPenney's gone, Alcoa's gone, MGM we sold last episode, Burger King we sold like 5 or 6 episodes ago, United Continental we sold last episode, same with Bosch and Lomb. So we need to update this because half of it's no longer ours, and so we'll get to that. So first thing first, we're going to do the futures on the stock index, and since we already have Zurich Life, we'll have him go first. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward while I'm going to do 15 of these, and I'm just going to do them one after another. So I'm going to do all 5 of the insurance companies, and then I'll come back and we'll evaluate where we are, and then do some for me and the holding companies. Alright, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, all the insurance companies now have futures, and I want to do that for me and the two holding companies, but to a lesser extent. The price is up now, and we're going to sell off our silver first because it's already up above 20. So before this gets a chance to move down, I want to go ahead and sell off all of our silver, take our profit out of that, and then we'll each do 5 or 6 agreements for stock index futures. Okay, but first let's sell off the silver. As soon as I'm done with that, I'll come right back. And actually, I won't bother to come back. I'll just go ahead and sell off all the silver, and then I'll go ahead and buy the stock index futures. Then I'll come back and we'll talk some more. I shorted the stock index, so I probably ought to cover this since I think the index is going to go up. So let's cover those, and then let's go back over to Berkshire Hathaway because it looks like when we bought the futures the last time, looks like I never covered them or never sold them off. When we had that spike, apparently I didn't go to Berkshire Hathaway and sell them. So he's been losing money on all these. So we'll have twice as many to sell off if we get another spike. So my mistake on that. Okay, so next we need to take a look at buying bonds again. The bank has almost 10 trillion in cash, and the bond price is still low. So I think we ought to put some more of the bank's money in bonds. But the question is how much? So Berkshire is going to spend this on assets in the oil industry. He's going to be when we consolidate all of the assets in the oil industry into one company, it's going to be under Berkshire. Citigroup is going to be buying the stocks that we need in order to control all of the entities in the oil industry. So that's 5.2. So that means he's got 4.5 that he can put into bonds. But then I want him to have more cash than me when he gets done. So 4.6 minus 2.5 is 2.1 trillion, which would take him down to 7.6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the bank buy $2.1 trillion worth of bonds, which when we get done is really going to be twice as many face value wise. All right, so assuming that we can still buy 499 bonds at a time for as long as we want, and it looks like we can. So I'm going to have him do that. It's going to take a little while, but I'll fast forward at the maximum rate, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, we got that done. What took about 3, maybe 3.5 minutes for you actually took me about 20 minutes. But we got them all in. So we should have a higher or larger amount of bond income now. And when the interest rate goes down, the bond prices will go up, and we'll get a spike in our net worth, which should translate into a more volatile stock price, so that I can take advantage of my options a little bit better. And it would be nice if it did that and the price went above 36, so I can make money off of these. But we just have to wait and see. The stock price got up to 36, huh? Wonder how many shares does he have now? 4 trillion. So 4 trillion. That's 144 trillion. Yeah, we've been up there, so we just need to get back there and above. Be nice if we got up to let's see, what's 5 times that? 75? Let's get up to 75. Then I'll do more than just buy and sell the options. I'll buy and sell the stock itself. I'll sell down a few more percentage points. Right now I have 96. I'll take it down to 90. If it gets up to 75, I'll sell another 6% off and buy it back with the options at these lower prices. Okay, let's see. So we have some interest rate swaps that we need to cancel. So let's do that next. First one is at Delta Airlines. Next one is at IMC. Next one is at Food Lion. All right, now Safeway. What happened? Did we sell Safeway? Yeah, I guess we did, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't have Food Lion. Yeah, we sold them off. Okay, well, we want them to keep it then. All right, so next is WestMed. WestMed's the last one. Okay. Now, Noranda Mining. He lost his antitrust suit and is a subsidiary of Barrick. So now that the trust suit is over, I want to liquidate him. All right, and we haven't checked in on Barrick in a while. Let's see how he's doing. See, we both lost against him in our antitrust suits. Look at that, negative 17. So I'm going to keep growing at 0. I don't want to mess up this return. Okay, so that's done. Now, basically, I haven't checked over here to see how many companies we had in a while. And I'm almost scared to, because we've got so many bankrupt companies that we've inherited that we haven't cleaned up yet. But I'm going to guess that we're above 80 right now. Yep, 93. Now over here on my spreadsheet, I have the ones that we intend to keep. Right? And so the first row is the header row, and there's 69 rows altogether. So 68 stocks is what we intend to keep. So we've got, what, 24 25 that we've got to get rid of in some way. I didn't realize there was that many. So we need to go over to the bank and start cleaning out all of these bankrupt companies that it's got, and we still have some decisions to make in Credit Suisse, but let's go ahead and get the low-hanging fruit. So Shanghai Automotive, we have Daewoo Motors, and the returns in here are pretty low. Let's freeze Mazda. And let's freeze Hyundai too while we're at it. I hope I froze the right Mazda. It was MZD, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, let's see how much cash he has. Okay, so he needs some more cash. Alright, let's give him $12 billion, and then he can buy out whatever that other stock was. Okay, so Shanghai. Alright, now let's see if the rest of our settings are where we want them. I don't think we want to grow at 12% anymore. Let's back that down to 5. I think we need to increase our dividend to 94 cents. And we need to increase our R&D to 12%. I guess that's it. Okay, back to the bank. Financial Shares Fund. What a weird name for a metal company. Alright, here we've got a big enough share, and we need to back off on our growth rate. And here's Alum of Greece. How do we own him? Oh, he's a subsidiary of Honda USA. Alright, let's sell him off. And let's see what we need to do with Newmont. So his earnings are still up, but they won't stay that way if we keep growing the way we are. We've got 29.1% now. Alright, let's freeze PCU, and let's back off our growth rate to 5%, increase our dividend, and we're very capable, so the R&D spending is fine. Alright, so we're going to double our dividend to 8 cents. And now we've got our growth rate at 5%. So all I need to do is just freeze PCU now. And while we're here, we've had a lot of new companies enter the simulation. So let's buy up any business loans from those newbies. And there's a few big ones too, which is surprising. But I'll buy these up and I'll be right back. Okay. What else do I want to do? I guess that's it. So let's go through these now. Phoenix. He's in beverage where we have Dr. Pepper. He's already big enough. These guys are going broke for some reason. I mean, they're pretty small. I guess we can add them in. We don't really need to. Does Dr. Pepper still need to have R&D of 16%? No. So let's back that off to 8%, and then we'll buy up those other two. Alright, we're making money here, so we need to give him a dividend. And he can grow a little bit. Freezing Pepsi is going to do no good, but he has interest rate swaps, and he also is the counterparty on some of these stock index futures. So hopefully he'll suffer some losses there. Matter of fact, I think we already have him frozen. So let's grow at 4%, and I guess that's the best we can do. Hopefully he'll lose some money and stop growing. We could pick up these other two if we wanted to, but I think we'll just wait. Yeah, let's just wait. Okay, so 4% and a dividend. The dividend will be 60 cents. Okay. All right, Chesapeake. All right, here we have Southern California Ed. And he has been an underperforming for quite a while. Of course, we're spending 21% on R&D. Let's see if that's working. Yeah. This is why, when you're so busy with everything that's going on, especially the bankruptcies keeping you tied up, you don't get back to every stock often enough, and this happens. So let's back this off to 6%. We're making $1.10 a share. So let's increase our dividend to 23 cents. And we're growing at 5%. That's fine. We can grow more because these guys are negative. So let's make it 15%. Do we have the return to support that? Yeah. So let's make it 15%. Okay. Oh, I guess we need to worry about these two. So he's trading too high, so we don't want him. And yeah, he's trading too high too. We got enough of a market share. Let's just sell these two off. So Chesapeake will sell. Okay, and Puget Power was, I think, one of the ones that Honda owned. Or, okay, Corley. So we'll just have him sell that. Holy cow, he lost a lot of money on that. Okay, we're going to have act quickly on this here, because he's about to go bankrupt again all by himself. Alright, do we want eBay? That's the question. So here's Priceline and here's eBay. eBay is too expensive, but we would like to have his assets of $44 billion. Alright, so let's have whoever owns Priceline give him $50 billion. Let's make it 60. Alright, and now we'll have Priceline buy eBay's assets. While we're at it, let's go ahead and buy Facebook too. So we need another $60 billion for that, to buy the stock and then pay off the loan. Alright, now let's see what we need to do for our management. Okay, first of all, we need to freeze Google. We need to freeze Alibaba. We can freeze Amazon too while we're at it. Okay, leave our growth rate the same. But we need to freeze those three: Google, Alibaba, and Amazon. Wow, he's losing money on futures. Oh look, that's way up. So good. He must be, yeah, he is one of the ones. So keep going up, baby. I like it. Alright, we gotta go to the bank. So, freeze, unfreeze. Amazon, Alibaba, and Google. Alright, so Priceline, his earnings are going up. He's mediocre, and he's got a swap. Oh, because I just took over Facebook. Alright, let's kill the swap. Alright, so his earnings are going up. Mediocre, so we need at least 12% on our R&D, but we're making money. So let's set our dividend to 21 cents, R&D to 12, and the growth rate, we'll just back it off a little bit to 15. And we'll grow some more if these guys decide to grow negative. But if they stay positive, we'll just leave it at 15. If they start growing negative, then we'll make it 20, 25, or whatever we think the industry will bear. Okay, that's that one. Now let's go to the bank. Oh wait, yeah, go to the bank, and I think that's it as far as this one's holdings go. Okay, so eBay only has cash now. And I don't care if his holding company, if Credit Lyonnais, I don't care if he goes broke. Don't care. So I'm going to liquidate him rather than sell him, because I don't want to leave this cash floating out there for somebody to use against us anywhere. So we're going to liquidate him, and it's going to be a taxable liquidation. Okay, so that makes him bankrupt, which is fine. I don't care. All right, so we'll have his parent sell him, and he'll go broke quietly somewhere off in the middle of the internet. All right, now, what stock do we have left here? Honda and HP. So let's take care of HP first, because he doesn't have subsidiaries, and figure out what we want to do with him. So everybody's growing negative but Panasonic now, and that gives us 48%. So we really don't want to merge, but we don't want to leave him in great financial shape either, because right now he doesn't have a loan and he's got cash on hand. So let's have him do an extraordinary dividend, and then we'll sell him. Alright, we already took Honda's assets away from him, so all we have to deal with now are the two subsidiaries, starting with Honda USA. And this is where we have Nissan America. Okay, so if we merge these two, we're going to have 33%, and the demand is negative. But the returns are okay, and none of these guys have credit. So, I think what we want to do is just have Nissan buy his assets, unless he has large tax carryovers, in which case we'll buy the stock. So let's go see if he has tax carryovers. But he does not. And he has swaps. And he's got subsidiaries. Who does he have? Okay. Winn-Dixie we don't care about. Don't care. Abercrombie. We don't care about him either. So, I think what we want to do is just buy 18,000 in assets. And then just sell him off. And that would be roughly 10% of what he has. 10% of a market share. So that would put us at 27. Oh, this is us and that's him. So that would be 11%. And that would give us 26%. Alright, let's see how much money we need. So, I guess we need the full amount, really. So, let's give him 18 billion. All right, let's increase our dividend to 17 cents. Our R&D is fine, and then we'll look at the industry to determine what we want our growth rate to be. Okay, so here we are. We're growing at 5%, which is fine. These guys are all growing negative. All right, and him we can just have him pay off his loan and his bonds or whatever. Okay, our earnings are up. Honda's earnings are up from negative. Now he has a swap, I believe. Yeah, right there. So what we want to do is just sell him as is, really. Okay. I don't think we don't want any of these. So that's it. So now let's go to the other one in Auto Europe. And we don't want any of this. We don't want them. Not at all. And we don't want Canton either. Alright, Fiat's very capable, so let's back down the R&D to 6. Alright, let's go over to the bank. And we can sell Canton. And we'll have him sell Honda. Wait a second. Is that all he has? Oh, he has him in cash. And he has a swap. So I guess we can just sell this one. We don't need to sell Honda out from under him. Okay. So that's the biggie out of the way. So I'm happy to see that the index is up, and we don't even have the the Fed policy change to easing yet. So that's good. All right, so let's take care of these three, and then we'll go see how many stocks we have, and we should have 68 plus the 6, the bank, and the 5 insurance companies. So what is that, 74 altogether? And if we have more than that, then I need to go and add whatever is not on my list. I need to go add it to my list. So, all right. So Far East Engineers, we've got Santa Fe in there, and he is less than 20%. So I think we'll add him in, and we'll also add all these other minor ones. These are all new additions to the game. So let's see. Wow, he's got a great return. Let's see what he has cash-wise. 2668. And we're 10%. So we're going to need another 10 billion. All right, so let's have Swiss give him 10 billion, and then he can go on a shopping spree. All right, so starting with this one down here, Far East. And now I'm just going to buy all of these that are less than 100 and Aoki. And I could probably pick up this one too. But let's see what our market share is before we buy him. Alright, so we got 23% already, and that's without this one or Aoki. Let's see if the situation's improving. No, it's deteriorating. I thought maybe with him growing negative and him going negative, it would be improving. Since he's growing negative, let's not buy him, because he's improving the situation, and he's a minor factor. So I think we're just going to stick with what we got. Let's reduce our growth rate so that the situation is improving, and we need to refigure our dividend, and we need to split him. You know, all the oil companies are declaring their earnings. I'm hoping Arabian is as bad as these are, and that his stock price will come down. Alright, now it's improving. And our earnings are going up. And we're very capable. And we need to cancel swaps. Okay, I guess that's it for this one. Let's go back over to the bank. Alright, here we have Newmont. And yeah, we did everything here except for mess with this company here. Alright, so we're very capable, and the financial shares, whatever, is trading at less than 100%, so I guess we'll go ahead and buy them up. We just need Southern Copper to bring his growth rate down. But we froze him, so hopefully that'll happen. Alright, and textiles and apparel we're staying out of. So let's just sell him off. Alright, now let's go see how many companies we have. 72. Well, by my count, we should have 74. So is there 2 on here that we sold? Okay, here's one. Narada we liquidated. Or Naranda. And we must have liquidated or sold off somebody else. Okay, we had Costco. Did I delete him? Yeah, I deleted Costco. Did I put the Hondas on here? No. I don't know. Somebody. We sold some. Oh, Safeway. We sold Safeway. Okay, so now that's 72. Okay, cool. Okay, now all the changes that I've made during this episode, I'll have to go and update this when the episode's over. But at least we have the right number in both places. Okay. So once upon a time, we were going through the My Corporations list to see whose earnings were going down. And every time we got to the end of this first page, we would run into a bankruptcy that needed to be addressed. And we're going to go through this again. But I think now that all the earnings have been declared over there in the oil industry, let's check on them. Okay, so he declared 41 cents, up from a negative 89, but still down from last year. And he's projected to make 72. He's rated for a strong sell. He's got swaps. And he's got commodities with us for the stock index that he's making money on. He shouldn't be making money on it. Okay, he's on the other side, so maybe this is a loss. This is how much he lost. I don't know, I'm used to looking at it on the well, I'm not sure. I mean, the stock index is up, so how can he be making money on it? This has got to be a loss. But it doesn't have parentheses around it, so I'm not sure. Not sure. Unless it went up to, like 40,500 and then came back down. But that's not what it's showing here. Alright, anyway. So he's supposed to make money. His earnings are supposed to be going up, which is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous what we're having to do here. Okay, I think it's time for us to back off this growth, because we're driving ourselves into bankruptcy now. So let's back it off to 10. And that's probably going to help Arab, but look at that, it didn't help him. His stock price went down by like 60%. Look at that, he's down to 34. Okay, we are ready to take this over. Alright, let me gather my thoughts and my breath, because I've been waiting for this moment, and I just want to savor it for a minute. We've been talking about this moment for 10 episodes, and the moment has finally arrived. I cannot believe it. It's finally arrived. Okay, the way you take over an industry, and it doesn't matter what industry it is, the easiest way to do it is you take one company that's in the industry and you have it buy 19% of every company. Okay? Now, we don't have to do this for the ones that we already control, just the ones you don't control. Okay? And Mobil is owned by Exxon, so the only two really that we have to buy 19% of is these two, Arab and Exxon. And we've already bought 19% of Exxon. So we just need to have ZDNet buy 19% of Arab. And that'll be the end of step one. Okay, now he's going to have to borrow to do it, but he's got the credit to do it with. So we're going to buy Arab. You will become an insider and will be forced to cover your short position in stock. Oh, yeah. I have shorted the stock. So I need to cover my short position first. Okay. Now we'll have him buy it. $221 billion. but that's fine. Okay, that's the end of step 1. Now, the next step is to have Zurich sell off. Right now he owns 20% of ZDNet. So we're going to have him sell off 1% of ZDNet so that he no longer controls ZDNet. Okay, that's step 2. Now, when we do this, we're going to lose control of every company that we had control of in that industry. Okay, don't control ZDNet, don't control Petrofina, or any of the rest of them that we had control of. All right, now we go to Citigroup, and Citigroup has to buy 19%, or not 19%, but 2% of Exxon and 2% of Arab. All right, and the last step is for Zurich to buy any amount of ZDNet. All right, so when we buy control of ZDNet, we will then have 100% control of every company in that industry. We won't have 100% control. We'll have control. We won't own 100%. We'll just be in control. All right, so we're going to buy ZDNet. And we're only going to buy 1%. Now, as far as the simulation is concerned, we don't own or control anything in the oil industry as of right now. And so the antitrust subroutine doesn't get triggered. Okay, because we currently own 0%, and when we buy ZDNet, buy control of ZDNet, that'll give us control of ZDNet, but it doesn't go any further than that. So the antitrust controls are circumvented or prevented, or this is the workaround to keep them from being triggered. So now we have control of ZDNet, Exxon, Petrofina, Arab, etc., etc. Okay, so we go to ZDNet, and there should be a P next to every one of these. So now we own 100% of it, or control 100% of it. Now, we don't have anything more than a controlling interest in these, really. So I want to consolidate all of these assets into one entity. And that one entity will be Berkshire Hathaway, because he's the only one that has the cash to buy all of these assets. So we are going to buy the corporate assets of every company in that industry. I guess he didn't have all the money he needed after all. So I'm going to give him another trillion. Well, not a trillion. How much does he need? He probably needs 400 billion. All right, so BP, Mobil, Petrofina. Who else? MRO and IMO. Okay. We now own 100%. All right, so now we need to basically set some management settings on him. And then we need to move him over to his permanent home. Okay, does he have any futures left? Okay, just the index. Just the index, and the index has been going up, but now it's headed back down. But as soon as Berkshire Hathaway starts making income off of these assets, it's going to go back up again. And it'll go up a lot more if I contribute him or move him over to one of the insurance companies. All right, so he is reasonably competent. So we're going to give him an R&D of 8%. And we'll have him grow at 1% until the return gets up. So right now the return's at 22%. And when we give him 8%, it's going to go down to 14%. So we're just going to grow at 1% until the demand catches up to us. And the dividend, oh, I don't want to make it 65. Let's make it 26. Okay. Now what we're going to see happen is the game will put company after company into this industry. Now as they enter it, I will have Berkshire Hathaway buy 19% of every company that comes into the game, into this industry. And what that'll do is two things. One, when they sue us and win an antitrust suit, we will get, a portion of that money back on the raise in the, by the increase in the stock price on the stocks that we buy in this industry. And second of all, if we ever want to repeat this process of taking over the industry, he'll already own 19% of every one of the other companies in here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do from this point forward. So whenever somebody else comes in here, before their stock price has a chance to get above 100%, we will have Berkshire Hathaway buy 19% of them. All right, and when Berkshire Hathaway reaches 500%, we'll sell off 80%, have someone, or 81%, have another one of our entities buy 19% of all the other companies, and then repeat this process. All right, so we're still buying and selling. We're not buying and holding. We're still buying and selling, but we're doing it in a way that keeps us completely in control of this entire industry. And we're going to repeat this for every industry whose members reach a combined asset value of $2 trillion. Okay, so it took us so long to get this one that they've got $3 trillion in here. Okay, we didn't actually need to wait until it had $3 trillion. $2 trillion is enough. All right, so the next one that we're going to do this to is global telecommunications. And we're going to have to do some major investment there to get the total amount of assets in that industry up to $2 trillion sooner rather than later. Okay, so that's the next major goal. But first of all, we got to get a handle on the stocks we already have, because it's been a long time. It's been episodes and episodes ago that we've inspected every one. And a lot of them we have growing at 60%, and those returns are going to start to come down because they've been growing at that rate for a long time and are now a much bigger portion of their market. So they're going to have a bigger impact on earnings. So basically, all the ones that are green here, we need to grow them up to 20%, and all the ones that are pink, we need to make sure they're not growing at 60%, and that we sell them off as soon as we're able. All right, but unless we can go through all of those, we're going to end up losing money on some of them. So, let's see, where do we want to go now? Now we want to go to ZDNet, and we're going to liquefy all of its, or liquefy, we're going to liquidate all of these subsidiaries. All right, now he has subsidiaries himself. All right, Millennium. I don't think we want him. Well, actually, let's see, that's 45. We don't want all of him, but we want to buy some of his assets. So let's give ourselves a 20% market share here. So we want to buy 7 billion basically. So let's give Center Core 7 billion. And now let's buy those assets away from Millennium. Alright, now I think we can sell him. And I think we need to lower our growth rate too. Let's lower our growth rate to 15%. Making a ton of money now. Let's set our dividend to $1.56. And let's split him. Somebody with a lot of subsidiaries just went broke. I'm just going to assume I don't want any of these. These are all pretty small. Alright, Goodyear. We've got good rich, I think, in that industry already. So let's get rid of him. Or no, we've got Taiwan Rubber. So we might do the same thing here that we did with Millennium. Buy another 7%. Alright, so let's buy another 10 billion. So let's give Taiwan 10 billion bucks. Where is he? Oh, there he is. And I think we're going to want to reduce our growth rate now. Cut it down to 2%. And we're reasonably competent, so we'll make our R&D 8%. And we're making money. What's our dividend? Alright, give them a dividend of 51. Alright, we don't want anything to do with JCPenney. We could buy 4% of his assets before we sell him off. I wonder if we could sue him though. Let's see. JCPenney has 55%. Well, we can't sue him if we control him, so we'd have to sell him off first, but then we could sue him. So let's do that. Okay. And now let's go back to Exxon. Okay, he doesn't own any more stocks. Alright, so let's liquidate him. It'll be a taxable liquidation this time. Nothing I can do about this. Just gonna have to let it go. I guess I gotta pay down the loan first. Alright. Let's go back to ZDNet. So you still got more stuff to liquidate. Petrofina will liquidate. Alright, and now Arab is the last one. And he's got some stocks. Alright, Bank of America we don't care about. Del Webb we don't care about. Yeah, let's just sell all of those. I think if we do a taxable liquidation, it'll be forced to sell these. But let's pay down the loan first and then we'll try it. Okay. Now let's see what ZDNet's got. Nothing but cash and loans. Alright, so I'd like to sell him rather than liquidate him because we'll get, let's see, 20% of this. So 700 billion versus 350 billion. But the problem is that we don't want to leave this cash out in the simulation for somebody else to control or do anything with. So we're just going to have to take that $350 billion loss. Of course, it won't really be a loss. It'll just be profit that we don't get to realize. Alright, so let's just liquidate him. Alright, now let's go take a look at Zurich. Okay, so he's doing fine. And I think we're going to have Berkshire Hathaway become a part of Hartford. He's our lowest or smallest insurance company, I mean, even Tokyo is bigger than he is. So we're going to have Berkshire Hathaway merge with him, or vice versa, have Hartford merge with Berkshire Hathaway. And the index is going back down. We need that to go back up. Let's see. I guess this is just going to be low this time around. And we declare on the 30th of September. All right. Let's see. Let's go over to Hartford. And we will do a merger. Going to cost us $15 billion to do it. Okay. And now Hartford is jointly owned by me and SunTrust. So we need to have SunTrust merge with Hartford. Ooh, the index went way down. So we can probably buy some more futures of that now that it's so low. Alright, so I want to see what percentage of the bank I own now. Okay, it's still the same percentage. Okay, well, we finally took over the industry. The oil industry is all ours, and we've been going for a while now, so it's time to wrap things up. We've taken complete control of the oil industry, and when we come back next time, we'll see just how well we do with no competitors to deal with. Hopefully the earnings will go up and the stock prices as well. Our net worth is down right now, but trust me, that's going to change. The GDP is up and the interest rate is neutral right now, but as soon as it goes to easing, we'll do very well. When we come back next time, we're going to buy some more futures of the stock index. We'll probably sell short some oil, and we'll sell short some silver, and it looks like it's time for wheat to be bought. So we'll deal with all that when we come back next time. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the episode, please like and share. And until next time, this is RakeM saying, have a good one.